Matthew, let's talk about it all. You are dubbed Hot Jesus on this show. Can you turn to the side? Can we see your great long hair in the man bun? There it is. Oh, there it is. Were you ever called Jesus before the show, or did this nickname come out of Too Hot to Handle?
Actually, I get it a lot.
Well, you have the tattoo too, right?
I do, yeah, the cross and a Bible verse on the other side.
Okay, so you're Christian.
I am, yeah.
Okay, so I gotta ask you, because a lot of Christian people would maybe say, wait a minute, you're this Christian guy and you went on this show that's all about hooking up with people. help them understand that part of your faith and how you went on a show that seemed to be, or at least you guys seemed to be under the impression that it was all about hookups.
Well, there's a lot to that question.
Yeah.
I had no idea what show I was getting going on. It was definitely a surprise, but B, I would say just because you have any sort of religious background or connection to any religion at all doesn't mean you're perfect. We're all humans. And C, I'm a dude in my, I'm young, so I have a very strong sex drive. I'm not ashamed of that at all. And I don't know. I feel like that's a common misunderstanding. Just because you're a Christian doesn't mean that you're not horny. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right, and it's no judgment at all. It's just, I think there are a lot of people in America who have sort of, an idea of a typical view. And I thought a lot of the things that you had to say were really interesting. You came onto the show and said, look, I'm not even somebody who necessarily believes in marriage or monogamy. I think you make a comment about maybe you'd have a kid with a woman of a different race or nationality from all over the world.
Yeah, I just am trying to spread my seed. I'm kidding. I'm playing the numbers, I want my bloodline to last. No, I do believe in love. I just think that it is more rare than the common public likes to believe, and so I'd rather be surprised by a good thing than disappointed with a bad thing. So I try to set my expectations a bit lower and then see where it goes from there.
So what kind of show did you think you were signing up for? Because in the casting process, you guys were asked a lot of questions about your sex lives, right?
Yeah. When you put it that way, I feel pretty dumb. Not realizing. But I'm an open book. And so when you go through a casting process, they're just trying to get to know you. And so they'd ask questions, and I wasn't really trying to find a pattern. I knew that there was some sort of dating element to it. So I was just saying, hey, this is who I am, and this is what I feel, and this is what I think. And now, in hindsight, I'm like, okay, I really understand why I made the cast.
You became the sex cop. Did you think you would become that role?
No, I didn't. Nope. I did not expect that, but I'm happy that that was my role. I'm the oldest guy that was there, so I felt like it was fitting.
So you leave. What made you make that decision?
I just kind of like the last day, I had just met some new new people, and I was kind of holding on to that last bit that maybe there was someone that would be coming in that I found attractive and could test myself more in that way, and there just wasn't. So I was like, you know what, I can selfishly decide to stay, or I can make the mature decision to leave. And I also thought that there was great value in my absence, because it would allow some of the other guys that I was kind of overseeing to be able to kind of be their own, as you said, a sex cop. Like, what can people do when I'm not there looking over their shoulder? Yeah. Which I think is also really fitting with the Jesus thing, because I don't know if they showed this or not, but I did say as I left, like, Sean was like, what are we going to do? And I said, well, as the story goes, Jesus does leave. So, like, you guys can figure it out.
Wow, I love that. That's such a good way of putting it. So you leave. Ultimately, everybody got $7,500. Any regrets about leaving? Do you think you should have stayed or wish you had?
No. I mean, it would have been like, how do I put it? It would have been a selfish decision purely out of the desire to have like a paycheck to stay. It was in everyone's best interest, like mine and everyone else's, that I left. And that came from like a loving place.